Fungible ETFs, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything.
Good morning, my bros. How we doing? Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Good morning, Swizzer. Good morning, Choina, D-Gen. Have a feeling Tickle popping any moment now, too. Great to see you guys. All right, let's get right to it. I'm going to start off with a little context. I like doing that often here. But some context of what's going on here, guys. And we're not just trading shit coins. We're not just trading collectibles and buying art. But we're part of something that's a lot bigger than that. And Cathie Wood here, CEO of ARK Invest, she says it perfect, and she says something that we've said a lot here. You guys have said it. You felt it. But what we're involved in here, it's the next generation of the internet. It is the future of the digital space. And I love it. Her calling Bitcoin a layer or the layer of the internet, which it is. It's at this point, it is the backbone of Web3. So remember that. Keep that in mind with everything we do here, because as we grow this next generation of the internet, things change. And you see major things change, just like here with the government retracting its request to classify Solana, Cardano, and Matic as securities. How quickly things change here. It's hard to plan, it's hard to predict things when definitions and policy changes as drastically as it does, but you see how drastically it can change and how quickly it can change. And it's so hard to operate in this space, guys. So now you have artists like Jonathan Mann here suing the SEC to get the final definition on NFTs. Are they securities? Are they not securities? So Jonathan Mann here does a song a day and has been doing it for 16 years. His music is so incredible. This guy is such a talent. But yes, officially suing the SEC to have them say once and for all, are NFT securities or are they not? I want to play his song, and we'll just play that as our background music, as our soundtrack for the day, because it's pretty incredible. But he did make a song for it. It is an NFT, and he is selling it at auction. And at the same time, he is actually, like, very honestly going to battle against the SEC, looking for clarification here. So really great stuff. This is important, and we do learn a lot from NFTs depending on the ruling here.
Okay, I'm really doing this.
Let me know if volume ends up being too high if you can't hear over it, but we're going to let that ride for the next couple of minutes here. Great to see. Wish him luck with that. Can't wait. Hope we get an actual legit definition, okay? Now, as policies, definitions change, we also have to be watching out for metas that shift and change. God, this is actually kind of distracting. Let's pull it down a little. A little distracting. But yeah, we watch out for metas changing, right? The shift for what traders are looking at, what they're focusing on. And clearly, right now, we are in that meme coin meta. And really, that hasn't changed most of this year. It has been... I'm killing that. I can't even concentrate. I'll send you guys the link if you're interested, or go to Song a Day Man's account on X. Always great songs from him, again, every single day. Okay, back to metas here. Yes, always shifting, but again, this year, most of the year has been meme coin season, and primarily over on Solana, and you see right here that single platform, Pump.Fun, more revenue in that one platform than the Ethereum blockchain. That is a wild stat there, but it is true, and that is very telling about what this space is doing and what they're focusing on. But again, they're not focusing on NFTs. It is not NFT season here. Bored Apes under 9 ETH, which is just hard to imagine that we'd see prices fall that low. I guess you could put yourself in the shoes or in the place where you did see that happening, and truthfully could see Bored Apes maybe closer to 5 ETH, especially last year when we were in the thick of the bear market. If that was able to continue and real price discovery happened, probably would have seen that price or these prices come a lot sooner. In a way, not surprised about that, and it is shocking at the same time. Both these things are true. And you also have puppets now under 0.1 Bitcoin. So shockingly low prices here. And again, more evidence that we're not in NFT season. I'm going to touch on that at the tail end. But back to meme coins, man, it is clearly meme coin season still. New meme coins like smoking chicken fish. I mentioned this last week. I bought some last week. I don't make these calls often because I don't trade these often, but when I call them, it's usually because I'm feeling a little something. This one felt a very different kind of energy around. So mention this at 7 or 8 mil. You got a 10x almost on this guy. Yeah, over a 10x on this one here. I'm out of this token, guys, but I'll tell you what, I absolutely see this one going to a few hundred million, and man, it just depends on how the cycle goes and how things cook, but this one could be a lot bigger. A lot of big names in it, a lot of action, a nice fresh meme. This one's a cooker, but again, more evidence that if more meme coins are popping up and doing these kind of numbers, man, it is still meme coin season. It's game on. Specifically on Solana, right? Runes are not doing so well lately, very obviously. A few days last week, the broader Rune ecosystem fell below $1 billion market cap, and it's right back there again today. In fact, almost under 900 million, which is wild because Dog all on its own had a $900 million market cap at one point. So the Runes ecosystem down tremendously. Does that last? I don't think so, but be very careful out there. Zooming out to the macro market, the market spooked, and I think you guys know why. Yesterday, we saw $2 billion worth of Bitcoin moved by the U.S. government. This is my understanding. It's Silk Road Bitcoin. It's probably going to be sold, most likely. A lot of politics right now in the United States here with Trump and others on the right coming out very, very pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin. And the left, we don't know their stance. Let's just be honest. We don't know their stance, although they are getting friendlier to crypto. Actions don't show any friendliness to crypto. So you see that, you see the market spooked by news like that here in the price of these cryptos. Bitcoin at 66.6, ETH at 3,300, Solana 180. And if the market is reacting like this to $2 billion worth of the Silk Road Bitcoin, just keep in mind the Mt. Gox Bitcoin really hasn't hit the market yet, and there's about $9 billion worth of that, right? So I didn't think that we've seen that impact the market yet. I think we still will, although I do think a lot of that Bitcoin is still going to be held. I think you got a lot of very OG Bitcoin investors, or we'll call them investors, that are getting money back, that are getting Bitcoin back, and nobody, guys, not you, not me, not them, think we're anywhere near the top of Bitcoin, especially in this cycle and especially long term. You know those Saylor price predictions, 3 million all the way up to 49 million. We may not get a lot sold. Now, if it is sold, ETFs are still doing fantastic. A lot of inflows yesterday in the Bitcoin ETFs, 124 million. If a chunk of the Mt. Gox Bitcoin is sold, there's a lot of volume here. We will eat through it in a matter of weeks, maybe a couple months, but we will make it through it this year at the very least. Now, ETH ETFs still in the negative. You can see 98 million in outflows yesterday. So we're still waiting for another day in the positive, like day one of the ETH ETFs. It's a matter of time, but right now, ETH just seeing a lot of volume, but a lot of outflows make up that volume. Flipping over to NFTs, 14.7 million in cross-chain sales yesterday. Unique sellers up slightly, unique buyers up, transactions up. Trade profit still looking pretty terrible here, negative 765,000 yesterday. And who's moving the market, guys? It's Guilty Guardian Heroes at the top, followed by D-Market, Dogezuki, SMB, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Bitcoin Puppets, Node Monks, OMB, CryptoPunks, and Milady Maker. Love them. Rounds out your top 10 here. And your top NFT sale in the past 24 hours is Punk number 9962. Selling for 33 ETH, guys, $110,000. Who else we got here? Some Pudgies, some Bored Apes, and a nice gold Node Monk. Selling for $44,000. And OMB up here. Yeah, some nice stuff here. On, I would say, a relatively slow day and slow week for NFTs here. Last week of, well, we're getting towards the end, I'll say this, of summer vacation. A lot of families out and about. A lot less trading over here. We got awesome updates yesterday in NFTs, and I love this one. Is this the start of NFTs and Web3 disrupting the music business? It could be. It really could be. Yesterday, the Doodles announcing Doodles Records. Their first album is Doodlesville's and the Doodleverse soundtrack. Guys, that has got Lil Wayne, Swally, Lil Yachty, Coi Leray. Big names now in an official Web3 record label. This is pretty massive. Maybe I'll say potentially. It is big news. It is pretty massive. But again, the impact to the record or the music industry, will it be massive? Again, I really hope so. Now, part of that ecosystem is the Doodles migrating, well, part of their ecosystem over to the base blockchain from Flow. So they announced yesterday that you can now bridge your Flow NFTs over to base. Now, my understanding is that today there may be an NFT mint for a pass to Doodles TV. And I think that has to do with that record too. So keep your eyes on the Doodles ecosystem. I'm still trying to clarify this myself. I'll keep you updated on it. But TLDR there, if you have a Doodles, you get access to this stuff. But I think there's going to be annual passes and day passes to their ecosystem of content. Right now, a little content. In the future, a lot more. It's good stuff here. This is what it looks like building in Web3. And it also looks like this, guys. You know, we're all fans of Cyber Kongs here. I'm always rocking a Kongs hoodie of some kind here. But the Kongs yesterday drop in their first manga. I fuck that word up every time. I think that's right. But Chapter 1, Dawn of Akenzi. Man, I got to say it, man. This looks fucking incredible. You don't need to have an NFT, I don't believe. Maybe you do. I guess my wallet's already connected. I'm curious if you guys have tried. I was going to say, I don't think you need an NFT to read it, although it would make sense that you do. Chapter 1, though, is out now. I'm going to pop it open because, again, the art's fantastic. Like, really, really great-looking book here. Let's pop it open here. Again, great art. I have not read it yet because I want to actually sit down and read it. It's short. It's probably like 8 pages. But great-looking stuff, and this is very in line with what this space likes. So GG's to the Cyberkongs. Love this new direction. This all taking place on the Ronin blockchain, right? So they've got multiple branches here, but this is their Ronin Arc. And I'll tell you what, I love to see it. Shout out to Mio for just the incredible, let's say, art and IP and storytelling, man. Kong's firing on all cylinders right now. Price action a little different, but to hell with all that, honestly. It's the building that I like. All right, guys, some big mints coming. Biggest one, really, of the month here is coming in the next, 2 days? I think this drops on Thursday, but this is no ordinary kind. Great-looking collection. A ton of hype behind this one. Now, this is on Bitcoin. Mint price 0.0014 Bitcoin. 7,600 supply. I believe this was over-allocated for whitelist. I don't know that this makes it to public. If it does, at that price, probably worth a shot. Although I'm going to say here, going back to NFT prices, I am probably back in the mode where I'm not going to mint stuff, right? I need to see more evidence like we saw with Aeons and like we saw with Untitled. I got to see that you can have successful mints and people flipping and profit before I get in again. And I don't think we're there yet. It's just way too quiet out there. I get a little cheat code. I get to feel how active the space is through engagement on videos, and it's very, very, very low. As in, I can feel that people have stepped away from their computers for a bit. They're not trading. We see that in prices. And they're not engaging. I see that in views and all that stuff, right? So with that said, it's cheap enough to mint, but I would not have big expectations for this. And if there is profits on this on the other side of the mint, I feel like it might be short-lived. Again, that low price point may invalidate everything I said. It's so damn cheap that it could just do well regardless, but I'm not feeling really confident about new mints right now. So my opinion there, not financial advice. Now, also, new mints coming up, and we don't have any details on this, but we did get news that Harto and Far Over on Bitcoin are collabing, and this is just so exciting. So it's Harto's Floriforms, and it's Far's, is it Buzz Buzz Buzz? I think that's the name of the collection. It's a 27,000 edition collection of bees or flies. Now, if you take 2 of the Floriforms and 2 of the bees NFTs or ordinals, and you got to mix them with something else. The little black flare here, and I think it is Far's Flare collection. Well, you're going to get some kind of collection on the other side of that. What it is, I don't know, but I'm kind of expecting a 3D environment, right? Because the Flare's art is actually a 3D environment. You can actually go and explore it in like this interesting interactable 3D environment. I think you're going to have flowers that populate it, and probably those bugs flying around. But your takeaway here, you got to have 2 Floriforms, you got to have 2 of Far's Buzz 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 pieces, and you probably got to have a flare. We'll get more confirmation on that, but this is going to be a very big collection. Keep your eyes there. And I got this question now, because we see PFPs minting, we're seeing some exciting art stuff, and so my question to you guys, if NFTs come roaring back, and I should say when they come roaring back, what do we see first, guys? Are we seeing a PFP meta or an art meta? It has been years since we saw an art meta, like a true art meta, where it's just the whole space buying, collecting, a frenzy of new mints on all kinds of art platforms. We haven't seen it in a long time. So what actually comes first? I'm rooting for art, something refreshing like that. And that's a question I'm going to pose to Delta Sauce, who is very likely going to be joining me on Chain Reactor on Thursday. So can't wait for that. Just really excited to get to chat with this guy. Not totally locked in. I'd say 95% chance that's happening. So if you're interested in talking about Delta Sauce's collection here, incredible collection, by the way. You want to hear about that? You want to hear about his thoughts, my thoughts, Jared's thoughts on the state of the art market? And that question, is it PFPs coming next or is it art? Make sure you tune in there. Speaking of Chain Reactor, guys, I'll be live over there at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. That is on SlamX Official over on YouTube. It's on SlamXIO over on X. And there's your update this morning, fam. Let me get through some comments. Say good morning to the whole damn gang here. Oceans, good morning. Andrew, good to see you, man. Gravity, so late. So late, brother. Good to see you, man. Okay, let's see. Since the end of 2022, you said retail only cares about, yes, cheap, fast, easy. That's why Solana will be the king of the cycle. I love that take. I love it. It is. Yeah, I hope you guys see the writing on the wall. It is a Solana. It's a Solana cycle. It's easy enough to say that. Yeah, ETH NFTs will have their moment too, as will all the other chains. But man, this is definitely Solana cycle. Good stuff. Okay, hey, I have not checked the Ronin volume. I need to peek at that. Really cool. Good to hear that. Ronin's a killer ecosystem. Their gaming ecosystem is going to blow people the fuck away. Forgotten Runiverse over there, the Pixels, the Cyberkongs being active over there. Ronin is really, really special, and they're not talked about enough for how special they are, so I'll say that. Anyway, guys, like always, man, really appreciate you guys hanging out, joining, tuning in. 10 a.m. we'll be live over on Slam X, also 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live over there with Henry and with Joe. Looking forward to a really fun day. Guys, hope your morning's great. We'll see you in just a bit. See ya.